All right, and joining me over the phone right now is Archbishop Muheria, who is the Archbishop of Nyeri Diocese. Thank you so much for joining me, Your Grace. Just the first question here, because it appeared like the Catholic Church was the weak link when it came to adhering to many of the government directives. Some Catholic priests still holding Mass even after social gatherings were banned.
Thank you. I think first that the directive that came was adhered when it was made. That was last Sunday. And as you can know, you can look out throughout our country. But actually, I would not agree with the weak link story. If anything, what happened is that the first directive was that we should reduce the congregations with certain directives of spacing. However, as it is now, and obviously fully supporting and adhering to the directions of the government, in all our churches have been trying, and by and large, there has been no congregations. The prayers, the masses continued being celebrated by priests. And we have been trying to streamline or to live stream the proceedings, the sermon, the mass through our congregation. So, except maybe one case that I had yesterday, but of course, of 2,500 priests, you won't miss one who is a bit disconnected or not quite in sync. I hope that this should not happen.
All right, Jeff, you have a question?
Archbishop, this is Jeff Green. I have a question for you.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi,
yes,
sir.
Please.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thanks.
For us churchgoers, how has Sunday changed for you?
I think the first thing is that Kenyans are very religious and they are hungry to be nourished both by the word and spiritual growth. So it's something that they are yearning for, and thanks be to God is a blessing, as we know. However, I think there is something there also that we have to balance, that with the crisis there's a greater yearning for some spiritual hanging on point, some support. And so while we are being asked not to gather in the churches, it's when the yearning and the need is most. And so that balance is a bit difficult. So there are difficult times, they're not normal times. So the Christians staying at home, and we've tried to explain to them, the church now is in your house. You must reach out to God and connect with Him. We'll do what we can with technology. But we know a lot of our congregation don't have phones, don't have Facebook streaming, and some don't have TV. So we are trying to do what we can. So Sunday has definitely changed during these days. And we are being tested, and we might say we are learning on the fly. To try to reach them and to accommodate to the new time using technology and other means.
And Archbishop, you mentioned this is a different time. It's a new normal, if you will. What would you hope the role the church would play at this time? Oftentimes people turn to religion for solace and for direction. We can't meet physically, but what role can the church play at this time?
I think there are several things that we as church and various church leaders can do right now. First is, of course, to support, because right now we have a big threat. All of us must really echo the clarion call of the Ministry of Health. We really must be the ones who are the first agents to reach our people. I think that's one role we as church must play, and play it very well. The second role is, as we go ahead, and we have a few more cases, God forbid we have serious, but we must be there to comfort, to accompany, to give hope. So the hope is one thing that that's our ministry, that's what Christ gives, that's what the church gives. And the people need it in these very hard times, and they'll need it even more going forward. So we must look for ways to trickle that hope into the homes and therefore into the hearts. And then third, there will be now more humanitarian issues that will also arise. And those humanitarian issues, we must start thinking how we can somehow complement government, work with the government, work with other organizations, because all people, besides getting hope, do also need a lot of encouragement. They need as well the material or human food support, if you wish, and other issues. But the church's role especially, I feel, will be hope accompaniment, and we must discover new avenues that perhaps we were not so familiar with. We must send WhatsApp clips. We must send more messages over the radio. Thanks be to God, the radio reaches almost every homestead. We must tell the people that it's not the end, but we must enter into the fight so that this pandemic does not come into our families and into our homesteads. So that's what I think the church can do. We are trying our bit, but I think we can do much more.
Great. Thank you so much, Archbishop, for your time and your insights as well.
That's right.
Thank you too. Thank you very much.